Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, and today I'm hanging out with
Ryan.
Eric's Dave.
And today we have a GM 911 from Haytox, and he wants to know why the good dragons won't help.
If you have a GM 911 or a viewer question, you can submit it to nerdarchy@gmail.com, or you can throw it up on the Nerdarchy forums.
All right, so Haytox has got a situation where there's a red dragon terrorizing the countryside. The players are going to have the ability to meet good dragons over the course of the campaign, and he wants to know if this is indeed a good dragon, let's say a lawful good, why isn't the gold dragon going to help take down the red dragon terrorizing the countryside?
Because you touch yourself at night.
So, I don't know if you guys have read a little trilogy called set in the world of Dragonlance. What basically answers this question, right? Initially, the good dragons did not get involved in the war because the evil dragons were holding their eggs hostages. You know, they stole all the good dragon eggs and were holding them hostage. And so the deal was, hey, if you mind your own business, everything will be okay. We'll give you your eggs back.
It was basically a mafia sort of thing.
Yeah. Right. And then later it came out, well, not only do we have your eggs, but oops, we've been experimenting on them.
Yeah.
So here's another
They
side
held their word, though. Like, they didn't destroy them. They were just doing something with them.
Yeah, they made their babies different.
Another side of the situation is to go in another direction. Now, as the DM, you're putting forth a story that you...
That's an excellent idea. When you see dragons, you should definitely go any other direction.
Wise advice.
What I'm saying is, when you're running this story, your players are supposed to be the heroes. If you constantly are going to pit NPC versus NPC, that's going to put the players out of the limelight. So what you need to do is, if you want to have a world where the good dragons are willing to help the situation, they can allow the party to borrow something from the horde that they sleep upon. Oh, here's a magic item. Go deal with this red dragon. Bring it back when you're done.
Yeah, but that still doesn't answer the question of, like, why doesn't the dragon him or herself fight the red dragon?
Because Ted said so, and he's the GM.
From the real world perspective.
A real world perspective in which dragons actually exist.
Well, yes.
Go on.
The dragon, unless it's I am high and mighty, and I know without a doubt that I'm going to take that guy out, and there's nothing that's going to be an issue to me. He's not willing to leave his horde, to leave his nest, because there's going to be ramifications against him. Well, he could die. People could steal his stuff. People could steal his eggs.
So you're saying this dragon's a chicken? Is really what they're afraid.
Dragons don't get involved.
It's a matter of perspective, right? So, evil dragon's going to squish a village, right? Good dragon's like, yeah, that's kind of bad, but really, you know, you're in your neighborhood, right? And there's some guy, he's kicking over anthills and crushing them, and you know he's kind of a bully and a big guy. Are you really going to fight him over those ants? You know, it's a matter of perspective. Like, you know, to a dragon, humans are fruit flies. You know, like they're here one minute, they're gone the next.
Yeah, the next population will come in, and
you know, so all the things that Ted said are valid concerns for the dragon, because. And not only that, like he also knows that he's seen enough different generations of humans to know they're just as likely to wipe themselves out as get wiped out by the dragon.
Especially if we're talking about something that's big enough to be able to step in. I mean, once we're getting into the large and bigger dragons, they have been around for centuries. So
yeah, so it just whatever your players are concerned with might be beneath the dragon's notice. Unless it affects him directly, he may not care, even though he's good, right? Because in the bigger scheme of things, you know, dragons have been around since the dawn of time. Humans are a relatively new race. You know, their lives flicker in and out, you know, almost whimsically. It's so fast.
Well, I mean, dragons can sometimes sleep through generations of humans.
Yeah.
Well, I slept for the last 60 years. I think I knew your great-great-grandfather.
Like literally, like the dragon's response might be, well, they're going to die anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you're like, but they'll live another 10, 50 years. And And he's like, what is that to me? 10, 50 years is nothing.
Yeah, I'm binging Star Trek: The Next Generation on Netflix right now, and it's 7 seasons, 24 episodes per season. I got a lot of Netflixing to do. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, or perhaps that dragon has a treaty with the other dragon or the other entity.
Well, I was thinking that there could be a draconic thing where like there's just not dragon on dragon violence. Like there could be like just a coda.
Hashtag Dragon Lives Matter.
Yeah, there you go. Like there could be a thing within the world that like dragons just don't attack each other. It's a pact that got formed. Like they cause too much damage and turmoil when they go at each other that they're kind of forbidden to do it. It's taboo.
It's kind of like kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it too. Like from that perspective, the dragon's like, if I fight this other dragon to save this village,
There's nothing going to be around the village.
most likely we're going to do more damage and harm than if I let him just take that village out. And that's saying a whole village. Like maybe he only wants a virgin a month or something. Like he might be
Reasonable.
really reasonable evil dragon.
Reasonable evil dragon. The stranger things we say here on Nerdarchy.
Yeah. And if you're not watching Stranger Things, you should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you could have that. You could have some. They could have young that they need to see to and raise, and that's the primary concern for the dragon. Also, you could have a dragon that's like old and like infirm, like so they don't really like. Fighting is not a top of mind for that individual dragon. So this is like the idea that dragons just being rare things, and the one that they happen to encounter is just like way past their prime.
Or they're taking a vow of
Pacifism.
yeah, they don't believe in violence.
Yeah, but definitely not a vow of poverty.
Yeah.
They're not giving away their horse.
He's like, I abhor violence, but if you touch that gold piece, I will fucking end you.
I'll end you right now. Like the snarl comes out. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't count because humans are basically almost like a cow to them. So like,
Yeah.
All right.
What's
so,
the difference?
So we have the options of there being some kind of pact among draconic kind that they don't fight each other. We have the option of a vow of pacifism. They have the option of they have to protect what they have. They could be raising their young. We've got all these different options.
unconcerned.
Doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Unconcerned,
Perhaps that the town or village or whatever it is falls outside of their territory that they claimed, and actually falls in the other dragon's territory.
And he's like, it's we have borders and boundaries. It's a redistricting thing. There's some gerrymandering that could possibly happen.
Well, not even that. Like, he could be like, well, I disagree with what he's going to do. You're right. It's kind of wrong. But it's his domain. It's his territory. I mean, really, he can do whatever he wants. It's their fault for living there.
Yeah.
So...
Now he comes over here, then we might have something else to talk about. But he knows he's not supposed to come over here.
Right, we got rules. we got laws we got to follow here.
So I think that kind of covers it. We have anything else to add on here?
Yeah, I think that's like a good 4 options there. That seem
four to 6.
5, yeah.
What do you guys think? How do you feel as a GM with this situation? Dragon on dragon combat. Should good dragons stop what the evil dragons are doing? Put your thoughts and comments down below. While you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
You can check us out over on Twitter.
Kid, Instagram. I'll say on Instagram. However they work that.
Do something on the Instagrams. Yeah.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.